Before we can talk about the last thing that we want to do in writing equivalent expressions, we need to take just a moment and think about a little bit of language. Let's suppose that we have an expression or a term in a larger expression that looks something like this. What does this look like? We have two distinct parts, a single number in front, and then some variables or powers of variables. We see no parentheses, and we see only multiplication. It's this kind of simple term that we're talking about when we refer to the idea of combining like terms. This number in front has a name. It's called the coefficient. And then the variables and or powers of variables are just called the variable part of the term. Notice, if we don't see any coefficient, then the coefficient is treated as 1, since, for example, x squared y by itself is 1 times x squared y. In general, any combination of variables is equal to 1 times that combination of variables. Why? Because anything is equal to 1 times that thing. Now, okay, so this is a simple term. What does it mean to have like terms? Two terms are like terms if they have identically the same variable parts. Only the coefficients might be different. So, for example, 2xy and 3xy are a pair of like terms. X squared y cubed and negative 5x squared y cubed. Identically the same variable parts. 2x and 3y are not like terms because x and y are different. 2x and 3x squared are also not like terms because of the different powers. We have to have identically the same variables to identically the same powers to have like terms. Another example of a pair of like terms are, for example, 4 and 6, right? Neither one of them has any variable part. Nothing and nothing are identically the same. So those are also like terms. Okay, what is the importance of having like terms? Well, if we have like terms, we can combine those like terms by adding the coefficients. So if we have 2xy plus 3xy, that's 5xy. Why? Notice, I could write a step in the middle here. 2xy plus 3xy is equal to 2 plus 3xy. What's that? This is just the distributive property backwards, right? To go from here to here, we would be applying the distributive property. But of course, equal signs work both ways. If we can go from right to left, we can also go from left to right. So 2xy plus 3xy is 2 plus 3xy, which gives us our 5xy. Similarly, if we have our x squared y cubed plus negative 5x squared y cubed, remember that if there's no visible coefficient, it's actually 1. We'll have 1 plus negative 5 x squared y cubed. 1 plus negative 5 is negative 4, So we'll have negative 4x squared y cubed. On the other hand, remember that these two were not like terms. If we have 2x plus 3x squared, this is different from 2 plus 3 times x. It's different from 2 plus 3 times x squared. We can't combine these. 2x plus 3x squared, we have to leave just like that.